Namaste, good morning, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, sportsmen and players, teachers and trainers, listeners and learners, respected mothers and fathers, reverend doctors, ministers, and the most honorable, venerable, adorned present Prime Minister, Saint Dr. Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi ji. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, welcome heartily and cordially. As you are listening the truth through science and spirituality, today, now and here, it is really nice time, nice place. We thank God for providing this presence. I admire, I praise, I worship this moment. In this moment, we are listening the presence of God, presence of Lord, whose presence provides us everlasting soothing effect of our mind and heart, about which in all the different religions it is said that their teachings are the one. Their creators, writers, readers, listeners, speakers may be different at the different time. If we think about the past, who has written our Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran Sharif, the Holy Bible? Who were the writer of these holy scripture? They were also in the form of human being, came in this world in the physical form. They came in the physical form and did a lot of hard work while living with the nature. Nature was friendly and familiar with them. Nature, about which William Wordsworth says, this nature never defeat, never cheat, never betray, never deceive us. All the worldly people around us that we have may defeat, cheat, but it is only the nature who is always true friend. So William Wordsworth, who is giving a great lesson to her sister, that you must have the true company of nature. In ancient time, where there was no facilities, there was no luxuries, there was not any development, at that time this literature was written. Writer was the different. After the completion of this literature, all the foreigners came in India for reading, for researching from the world of science, religion, spirituality, commerce, arts and engineering. They came in India as a traveler, as a visitor, but while living here, They got a lot of materialistic facilities, materialistic goods, and they carry with them in their own countries. They translated in their own languages. After translating, they kept them, the original scripture, in their libraries. Later on, they researched, they experimented on the Indian Vedas. These Vedas, which are the milestone and landmark, the greatest icon, greatest identity, feature, characteristic of our culture, foreigners carried out in their nation, and in exchange of that they provided us goods, items, food items, clothing, garments and medicines. And nowadays we are consuming, nowadays we are using and consuming their services in the form of technique, in the form of electronic devices. We are using techniques, and they are getting a lot of advantages, lot of benefits from this country by selling us a different type of goods. Our land is known as the land of creators, beginners, initiators. In all kind of teachings, in all kinds of literature, language, custom, sex and all that, we are the first and foremost. Our country provided a lot of knowledge, platform, workshop, laboratories, all these things to the foreigners. So in exchange of that, they have exploited as well as provided us knowledge, gave us information, gave us instructions, directions, implementation, application of the goods. Earlier, at that time, when we were known as the uncivilized, uncultured, uncolored, but that time was the glorious time for our country. Our country was the richest one with the hidden properties. Our old heritage, national heritage in the form of moral values, spiritual values, our country was strong. Its muscle power, physical power was incomparable, matchless throughout the world. Now we are using social media, we are using electronic devices, we are consuming social media in the form of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing continuously without caring its demerits, disadvantages. These are being used by the child of India. It is well and good. No doubt we are becoming modern and advanced, but while using, we have to keep in mind that our present lies in the past. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru rightly had said that our present lies in the past, and Swami Vivekananda, who strongly enforced our culture, custom, language, sect, and all that. He spread it out throughout the world in the form of humanity. His humanitarian words, his humanitarian thoughts created a revolutionary and visionary change in the whole world. Swami Vivekananda expressed his ideas with the oneness. He says that one idea, one mission, one thought, one word, one action can change the whole feature of the world, body, mind. So intentionally we are to be ready for changing, reforming, informing, instructing, directing. Swami Vivekananda, who addressed the nation with these words, returned to the Vedas. Similarly, William Wordsworth says, return to childhood, return to your past, return to your nature. So, returning is really a great journey of the mind and soul. For appearing in any kind of competition, it helps a lot. As per my experiences, I have personally observed that students, those who are appearing in competitive examination, they keep themselves in present. It's the finest and the nicest presence of the mind. But while that, disattachment is equally important. As per the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda, attachment and disattachment is equally important. If 100% we are attached at that one single point in present, then equally we must have the part to turn ourselves 100% on the disattachment point of that we have focused. So this power is created only by meditation. This power comes only in man with the blessings and grace of Lord. He is bestowing us like the sun. The sun is the guru, the sun is inventor, the sun is preacher, the sun is giving us a lot of energy for activating, for vibrating our cells, our old dead cells that are being unused. So we must take the lesson from the sun in daytime. At night time, the moon is our guide, the moon is our guru. So we can take this example of the presence of Lord. These all are the servants, they all are the servers, volunteers of God, those who are serving day and night in the 24 hours in our present time, and since time immemorial, in past, in future, these servants will serve us selflessly. So we should take the lesson, we should consider, we should know that the body which is assigned by that God, omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent, He has provided us really a miraculous musical body in the human being, and in this human being we are given a great treasure of energy and knowledge in the form of power. We have different sorts of power. Being a human being, we have all the internal organs that are working, that are serving in the order of mind. So, internally and externally, in both these things, it requires the true knowledge of science and spirituality. When we were in our childhood, when we were in the womb of mother, we were in state of meditation. We were meditating and learning, praying for coming out from the womb of mother. It was mother's duty to protect us. It was mother's duty to provide us food, energy, and source of thought. Everything was provided by the mother. So it was the great freedom of soul when the soul was totally merged with God. Later on, with the order of God, it came out from the womb of mother just for returning with the same God from where it was created. So, when this soul came out from the womb of mother, it forgets its real spiritual power and always indulged in materialistic world. By the materialism, by substantialism, it has forgotten its real duties, real beauties, real spiritual powers. So we must try to get, to regain, to return, reform, report from our mind. Our mind is the biggest source of, biggest space for thinking. So it is said that if we want to learn something new, if we want to change, if we want to bring change in any pastoral things, then we start its steps as first is intention to do action, then continuous action without mention of time, and thirdly continuous action with mention of time. Action just finished, forced action, all time action, routine action, and ultimately we learn simple action. So these actions externally help us. All the external bodies, universal bodies that we feel, all that are inside the human body, in the heart, about which our scripture says that our body is the temple of God, heart is the seat of God, and we can feel that everlasting soothing power of mind and heart. But for that we are to repeat the God's words. We are to sit in the meditation. Early in the morning is the best time, 2 to 5. We are to determine our time. We are to prescribe our time for our soul. If we are awakened by the one sun which is alone, which brought a great energy for the whole world, then a numberless suns, numberless moons, numberless planets are in our heart. So why do we forget that word which is invisible, which about which our forefathers, our free thinkers, those who have sacrificed their life for the freedom of soul, as Beparwa Shyam Mastana Ji Maharaj, who came first in the form of unique mission, and Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, who started Sikhism, and Swami Vivekananda, who intermingled both the missions with Ram Krishna mission. It was the mission of Rama and Krishna. Later on, we study the founders in the form of Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha, who started Buddhism, Mahavir Swami, who started Jainism. So this land, this Indian land is the land of founders, creators, initiators, beginners. We must try to go inside by meditation for knowing the truth of life through science and spirituality. So I once again thank my God for His blessings and grace, that is unlimited grace. Thanks. Thanks.